This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Yesterday, we reported that new car sales in China dropped 26% for the first 2 months of the year. Today, we've got more info on individual automakers, and the numbers caught us completely by surprise. Volkswagen clawed its way back to being the #1 car company in China, hitting almost 14% market share. Geely was hot on its heels in second place, just a fraction behind, and Toyota surged into third place with almost 8% share. You're probably wondering about BYD, which was in first place for the last 2 years running. It faded to fourth with a 7% share. China cut its subsidies for new energy vehicles earlier this year, including BEVs, PHEVs, and EREVs, and that has really seemed to hurt BYD. And getting back to #1 could be difficult because Volkswagen is likely to grow even stronger as the year goes on. It's going to launch 20 new models in China this year, which could include the ID.3 Neo, a compact electric that's said to be the successor to the ID.3 and launches next month. The Neo is based on the updated version of VW's MEB Plus platform, but some future models are also being developed with Xpeng. Now let's go back to BYD for a moment. It's sniffing around Canada, seeing if there's an assembly plant it can buy. Canada agreed to allow Chinese automakers to import up to a total of 49,000 EVs into the country, which we think is a direct reaction to the Trump administration enacting tariff policies that threaten to destroy the Canadian auto industry. But if BYD could build cars there, it would not face what is essentially a sales cap. There are currently 2 empty assembly plants in Canada. The Stellantis plant in Brampton that used to build the Dodge Charger, Challenger, and Chrysler 300, and the General Motors Cami plant that was building BrightDrop electric vans. BYD says it's not interested in forming a joint venture with an existing automaker and wants its own facility. But the Canadian government would likely want to steer BYD to buy an existing plant rather than building a greenfield facility.
At CSP, we work with OEM engineers across the country on their journeys to lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly vehicles. Learn more at thecsp.com.
It looks like Tesla's next-gen autonomous and AI technology could be delayed. Last year, it signed a $16.5 billion deal with Samsung to use its new wafers for its AI6 chip, which will power its autonomous vehicles, Optimus robots, and AI data centers. Those wafers were supposed to go into mass production by late 2027. But now prototype production, which was scheduled to start in April, is being delayed by 6 months. The pushback is related to an issue with Samsung's foundry. Tesla is aiming to use the AI6 chip in 2028, but now that timeline looks like it could be in jeopardy. Thanks to rising gas prices and a boost in vehicles coming off of lease, used EV sales are expected to boom in the second half of this year and into 2027. According to investment bank Stephens, used EVs coming off short-term leases are valued at more than 50% underwater. So when those leases expire, the vehicles will likely hit the market at steep discounts. More than half of used EVs are already priced below $30,000, with 39% under $25,000. According to Cox Automotive, used EV sales were up nearly 30% in February, and used EV inventory increased to 44,000 units, up 8.6%. And those numbers will likely keep growing. Cox estimates that more than 1.1 million EVs have been leased since the $7,500 federal EV tax credit took effect in 2022. So there will be a lot of EVs coming off lease over the next couple of years. The all-new Rivian R2 could go on sale as early as next week, so now the company is providing more details about its first midsize SUV. The first version to launch will be the performance model, which is also the most expensive, with a starting price of just under $58,000. It features a dual motor setup that generates over 650 horsepower and will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.6 seconds. While no battery sizes were given, It has an estimated 330 miles of range and a towing capacity of 4,400 pounds as well. The next version to come out will likely be the premium model. It also has an estimated 330 miles of range and a dual motor all-wheel drive setup, but it makes 450 horsepower and will start at about $54,000. Sometime next year, the standard version, which starts at roughly $48,500, will hit the market with a rear drive unit that makes 350 horsepower and has 345 miles of range. This trim can be ordered with all-wheel drive as well, and all versions have the option for Rivian's hands-free driving system called Autonomy Plus. A 60-day trial is included at delivery, but it costs $50 a month after that, or it can be bought outright for $2,500. The company says there will also be an even cheaper version of the R2 that has over 275 miles of range and will cost around $45,000, but that model won't be out until late next year. And speaking of new midsize SUVs from American EV startups, Lucid should launch the first models off its all-new midsize platform before the end of the year. One of those SUVs is called the Cosmos, and the company says it's for customers that want efficiency, space, and performance. The other is called the Earth and is said to have Lucid's signature driving dynamics and efficiency, but sounds like it will be a little more off-road focused. The literal driving force behind the new platform is an all-new drive unit that Lucid calls Atlas. It's smaller, lighter, and features a simpler design compared to its first motor setup. For example, it uses identical front and rear housings and mounts, which improves manufacturing scale and cost. A third model is also planned to be built off the midsize platform, but we won't get details for it until later. However, Lucid did also show off a two-seat Robotaxi concept based on the platform called the Lunar, which it says shows the potential of the platform for future autonomous and commercial applications. The company announced it's finalizing a deal with Uber to provide it with a similar amount of mid-size robotaxis to the Gravity Robotaxi program. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you have a great weekend.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Alex Partners, when it really matters. CSP, the Composites Solution Partner. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And thanks to the following YouTube and Patreon members.
We act, we grow, we transform, we protect, we rescue. In moments that define the future, we are the partner you can trust. Alex Partners, when it really matters.
At Intrepid, we produce network hardware and software solutions, enabling vehicle manufacturers to innovate and design the next generation of modern mobility. Delivering scalable next-generation solutions requires thorough testing and validation of vehicle platforms. Intrepid's NeoVi cloud platform helps manufacturers quickly identify diagnostic trouble codes and defects by pinpointing which vehicles have specific software versions. This allows them to isolate non-compliant vehicles in real time using analytics, part numbers, DTCs, and organized, secure, cloud-based data. All of these steps ensure vehicles are cleared for production and ready for the road, taking your fleet testing into the future of mobility. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
Wards is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.